My phone rang again. It was my mom. She had called 5 times, asking when I would arrive. I was on a train heading home. It was 6 in the evening, and my train would get there by 8. I had a month off from work and was going back to my hometown to see my mom. This time she seemed very excited about my visit. I found this odd, but maybe she missed me a lot. At 8, I got off the train and went straight home. The door opened, and there was my lovely mom. "Oh, my dear son, you're finally home," she said with tears in her eyes. I hugged her when I saw her emotional face. We went to the living room, and I sat on the sofa, tired from the long trip. "Mom, can you bring me a glass of water?" I asked. But she didn't and sat beside me, giving me a strange smile. "Your water is coming," she said, still smiling. Then a beautiful young woman, around 22 years old, entered the room. She brought the water and handed it to me. She seemed nervous and shy. I could tell she felt uncomfortable. I took the glass and said, "Thank you." My mom's eyes lit up when she saw her. Then she said, "Adam, meet Lily, our new helper." "Oh, okay, welcome, Lily," I said with a smile. "Thank you, sir," she replied. Then my mom quickly said, "Oh no, don't call him sir. His name is Adam. Just call him Adam and I'll be happy." "Yes, please call me Adam," I said, still smiling. Then we went to the dining table and had dinner. Lily went to the kitchen to do some work. My mom then whispered to me, "Lily is staying with us. She lost her parents last week and has no one to look after her. She didn't even have a home because they rented, so I decided to help her. I was already looking for a maid." "Oh, Mom, you did the right thing. But you know her well, right? Having a stranger in our house." "She isn't a stranger. I know her family well," said my mom. After our chat, I went to bed. The next morning, I got dressed and went to have breakfast. Lily and my mom had made my favorite meal. My mom sat with me, but Lily was standing and looked shy. "Come, Lily, have breakfast with us," my mom said. "Yes, join us, Lily," I added. She sat next to me. I looked at her closely for the first time. She had blue eyes just like mine. I felt a connection with her. I was thinking about going to the market to buy some clothes for Lily. But you know, Adam, I am really tired today. Can you go with Lily?" asked my mother. "Yes, I can go with Lily," I said hesitantly. "Oh, lovely. You both can spend time together," my mother replied happily. I didn't understand why my mother wanted me to spend time with Lily. I was suspicious of her intentions. Then we headed to the market. Lily bought some dresses. I even helped her choose the dresses. I noticed that we had a lot in common. Later, we went to a coffee shop. We talked a lot. She told me about her life, and I shared mine. I felt really happy talking to her. At around 6 p.m., we returned home. I thought my mother would be angry with us, but instead, she was so happy we spent time together. She even suggested I take Lily to the park tomorrow. I was surprised. There was something on my mother's mind. Before dinner, I talked to my mother. "Mom, can you please explain what you want? I've noticed you've been acting strange lately. Why do you want me to spend time with Lily? What's going on in your mind?" I asked. "I know what you're thinking, Adam, but believe me, I really care about Lily, and I don't want to treat her like a maid. I just want her to feel like part of our family," my mother replied. I didn't say anything after that. My mother clearly wanted to make Lily part of our family, which was possible if she became my wife. Lily made my favorite cake to thank me. After eating it, we went to the terrace. We had a special time together. We laughed and talked. Then for a moment, my eyes met hers. There was silence. She looked beautiful in the moonlight. I held her hand and she smiled at me. It was a beautiful night. I went to bed, but I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking of Lily. I felt a special bond with her from the very first day, and now I knew I was in love with her. I needed to tell this to my mom and Lily. My mother would be very happy because she wanted this. I decided I would propose to Lily the next night. Early the next morning, I went to buy a ring for Lily. I made some arrangements in the backyard, decorating it with lights and flowers. My mother didn't know I was going to propose to Lily. I planned to tell her afterward. At night, I took Lily to the backyard. She was so happy to see the decorations I made for her. Then I knelt down, took out the ring, and proposed to her. She was very happy and had tears in her eyes. She screamed, "Yes, yes, yes." Hearing her voice, my mother came into the yard. She saw the ring in my hand and Lily standing in front of me. I was about to slip the ring onto Lily's finger when my mother exclaimed, "What is going on? What are you doing, Adam?" I chuckled and said, "I'm going to marry Lily, my first love. Isn't this what you wanted? Believe me, Mother, I'm the happiest man today." "This is madness. You can't marry her. Are you both crazy?" my mother shouted before fainting. I was stunned. Lily and I were in shock. I called a doctor right away. After checking her, the doctor said she had a panic attack and advised me not to stress her out. When my mother woke up, I went to her room. Lily was too scared to come with me. "Mom, are you feeling better now?" I asked. "Yes, my son," she replied. I asked why she reacted that way. She had wanted me to get closer to Lily, so her reaction was baffling. "Adam, I know I wanted you to spend time with Lily, but I never wanted you to marry her, and I can never allow it." "Forget your feelings for Lily," my mother said. "No way. I love Lily with all my heart. She's my first love, and she loves me too. You liked her so much, so why are you against this? Please, Mom, try to understand," I pleaded. She didn't respond and closed her eyes to sleep. The next day, when I came home from the market, I saw some guests at the house. A young, pretty woman and an older lady were sitting with my mother. I greeted them and sat down. Then my mother said, "This is my friend's daughter, Olivia. Isn't she lovely? I've chosen her to be my daughter-in-law." "What?" I shouted. "No, this can't happen." I turned to the guests and asked them to leave immediately. My mother was furious at me for being rude. "How can you think of marrying someone else? You know I love Lily," I said. "I've already told you that you can't love Lily," my mother replied. "But why? Please give me a reason. Can't you see how much this hurts me?" I begged. "I cannot give you a reason now. It's not possible," my mother replied. "You have to give me a reason, or I will take Lily and marry her without you," I said angrily. My mother started to cry. "Adam, my son, I love you so much. I can't lose you. I don't want you to hate me. If you want to know the reason, wait until I'm gone." I was so angry that I said something awful. "Then die, Mom." I still regret those words. After that day, I stopped talking to her. She got weaker every day and was always sick. Months passed, and my mom arranged for Lily to marry someone else. I tried to stop it, but after seeing my mother's condition, Lily decided to leave. She got married. My mother cried every day. The doctor said she only had a few days left. One day when I came home, I saw a crowd outside. Fear gripped me. A man approached and told me my mother had passed away. I rushed inside to see her. It felt like my world had ended. It was the worst day of my life. The day after my mother's death, I went into her room and found a letter. It was from my mother. I began to read it. "Adam, I know you hate me, but I couldn't tell you the truth because if you knew, you would hate me even more. I didn't dislike Lily. I loved her. She was like a daughter to me, and I wanted you to see her as a sister, not a lover. But now it's time you know the truth. Please don't hate me after reading this letter. I was against your marriage to Lily because she is your real sister. You share the same blood. I adopted you from a very poor family. I'm not your real mother, but I have loved you as my own. When Lily's parents died, I brought her to live with us, but it was a mistake. Everything that happened is my fault. I'm sorry, my son. Please forgive me. Don't hate me because I will love you always, even in death. As I read the letter, I was in shock. What do I do? What did I do wrong? What did my mother do wrong? I couldn't think clearly. Now I have no mother, no sister, and no love. What should I do? Can anyone tell me?